guys, welcome to my channel. I want to thank you guys for stopping by and just let you know today we're going to be talking about keratin and how I apply the specific keratin that I usually cater with. I'm going to go ahead and do an explanation or walkthrough as to how I apply it and what are the best methods I found to achieve the best results while applying this keratin. For those of you who don't know me, I am Crystal Lopez. I am a licensed cosmetologist in Florida and Miami. I started out freelancing about a year ago. Prior to that, I've always done hair and makeup, and I've been doing this for about 3 years. Definitely go ahead and check out my Instagram and also my Facebook pages. You could find me at cmarie.style. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So basically, with any keratin, usually they have a dedicated shampoo, and it's a clarifying shampoo. What this does is it washes your hair of all its oils, debris, environmental damages, and pretty much all the any product on your hair. It's gonna get that gunk out. It's gonna give you a clean slate. So think of it as your clean slate, your blank canvas. You wouldn't really want to paint on a Mona Lisa. I mean, think about it. You have all this work done. You have all this thing. You don't want to just go right on top of it and just start plastering paint or plastering anything on it for that. For that matter. So, and excuse the noise in the background. It's actually there's a thunderstorm outside, which I happen to love. But anyway, so let's just go ahead and get into it. You want to start with clarifying the shampoo with a shampoo. Usually it has its own dedicated shampoo, and I like to give the hair 1 to 2 washes. And I do this to ensure that the hair is going to definitely soak up, or the shampoo is actually going to soak up that impurities and wash them away. Now, what I was taught in school and what I didn't know before was 1 wash is just not enough. If you have extra fine hair, you might be able to get away with it. Again, I advise that if you do have extra fine hair and very thin, downy hair, you don't get a keratin. So that will be besides the point. Usually the girls that come to me have an enormous amount of hair. So I like to go in and give it that double wash because every single shampoo has a surfactant in it that caters to the lipophilic and the hydrophilic aspect of the cleanse. Basically what that is lipophilic will attach itself, lipophilic agents will go ahead and attach itself to the oils, the debris, the dirt, the buildup, the whatnots in your hair. It'll retain them, it'll wash them out, and then the hydrophilic, which is the second shampoo or the tail end of the shampoo itself, will go ahead and make sure that the cuticle is raised and cleansed out. So once that happens, with the type of keratin that I'm using, or that I usually use, I'll go ahead and I'll towel blot the hair. And when I say towel blot it, I do mean to leave some moisture into the hair. Typically with these keratins, you have to have some type of moisture into it in order to apply it and to spread the formula onto the entirety of the hair. Then what you want to do is go ahead and comb through the entire hair. It's vital that before you do any of these steps, and I probably should have said that before, you go ahead and do a thorough consultation. Your consultation is going to be the key to your success. It's going to stop any confusion. It's going to stop you from doing things that are going to cause you extra work. And it actually opens a line of communication between you and your client to let them know and to let you know what their expectations are, and you to them what's going to be delivered or what can be delivered. Now, once I go ahead and do the thorough consultation, including scalp analysis and making sure everything is good, I like to comb the whole entire hair out after I've washed it, and I like to part it into 4 sections, 4 big panels, if you will. Now, if you don't know what panels are, it's just basically a section in which you work in once you're parting the hair. I usually like to start somewhere around the crown down to the mastoid process, and then making sure that you have that center back part that's basically going to give you the back 2 panels in the occipital bone area. I start at the back of the nape, taking very thin sections, about maybe a quarter of an inch to an inch at most. Making sure that I keep a water bottle handy, making sure that my tools are all handy, an application brush, an application bowl, extra towels, make sure you wear gloves. Just the necessary precautions in order for you to, perform this service. Remember, this is a chemical, and I will tell you that because I didn't think that this chemical had the strength to back it up to burn something, I literally burned my hand, and it felt like sandpaper for a good 4 weeks. And that's the most uncomfortable feeling, especially if you're in a salon dealing with other hair. You have to wash and do more chemicals, kind of causes more damage. So don't skip the gloves. I'm really bad. I will just raise my hand and just like point myself out. I don't wear gloves sometimes, and I absolutely should. So this is a time where I will stress to you by experience. I had, chemical burn from keratin, and it's not fun. So wear your gloves. So jumping in, taking this 1/4 inch sections or those 3/4 of an inch of a section, you don't want to apply the application of the actual keratin onto the base of the head. This is going to cause heat steam when you go into the blow dry or even the flat iron, and it's going to cause burns on the person's scalp or the client's scalp. And you don't want to kind of do that. I mean, it's super uncomfortable. It's annoying. It's, basically you're not going to get that customer back. That client won't come back to you if their scalp is burnt. They don't care how pretty their hair is. So taking these sections, you want to maybe start 1/4 of an inch away from the regrowth and apply as if you were applying a color. Now, here's a tip and trick that I do. I like to saturate the first section more than I should. And here's why. When the person picks their hair up, the very first thing that they're going to notice in the back is a little baby hair sticking out. So I make sure that I kind of get as close as possible to that. Now, when I go and take the other subsection down, I kind of just marry them together. I don't apply any additional solution. I just comb through it, and I go ahead and I make sure that I keep combing through, making sure to emulsify that product in. And I do that for every single section that I go to. So for every panel that I go to, I make sure that I do that. Once that's complete, I go ahead and there is a special product that the type of keratin that I use comes with, and it's like a cream. This is going to help infuse the oils in there. This is going to help infuse the keratin in there a little bit better, help the manageability. So I apply that all over the hair shaft from from mid-length to the ends. I comb that through as well. I resection the hair back into its original, form. And then I take each section again, each subsection, and I begin to blow dry it. You want to go ahead and blow dry it with a round brush. A boar's head is probably best. I find it better when you have a curly hair texture. So keep that in mind, that a boar's head is going to maintain that stretch, and it's also going to help you blow dry super smooth, super straight as possible. So once the whole hair is blow dried, you want to go ahead and take, again, maybe an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch of a section, and starting from the nape, working your way up, go ahead and flat iron it. Now, the flat ironing is key. It is vital. Without this flat ironing, you're not going to infuse the keratin into the hair, and it's not going to give it the same effect. Yeah, it might take down some frizz, but I can guarantee you that by the second or third wash, your keratin is going to start to come out of your hair. This really seals that keratin in and helps the cuticle hold on to something. See, because when keratin heats up, it actually acts like a glue, holding down that cuticle, giving your hair the appearance of that smooth, silky, shiny look. So what you want to do is make sure you purchase a keratin appropriate flat iron. The one that I'm using, it's a titanium flat iron, and it heats up to 450 degrees. That is vital. Make sure that you flat iron each strand, each section, no less than 5 slow passes per section, up to 8 or 12 if you want to make sure that it's absolutely as smooth as possible. And be in mind that once you flat iron that piece, do not comb through it. It'll cause static and electricity to actually make your hair kind of stand up. So it kind of looks really weird. Your clients will feel like you didn't do a good job. If this does happen, nothing that a little dryer sheet can't take away. So go ahead and purchase some cheap dryer sheets, maybe ones that actually smell really good, and make sure to pass them on top of the hair once you've done the flat iron. And the final step I like to do is give the trim. I like to give your hair a little bit of trim only because then at the end of the day, I can see that the keratin that's stuck to the more healthier part of the hair instead of the more porous ends, and it actually brings the shine out of your hair and it actually brings a color to life. So go ahead and don't forget, like I said, to go see a professional if you want this keratin done, if you want any kind of keratin done. And remember that keratin is basically, it's like a friend for you to help you with those rainy day weathers, that humidity. And it's going to really be beneficial for those who are a candidate for it. And yeah, that's it. Once everything is done and you see the final results, at home maintenance, is actually key. So I would definitely send them home with the shampoo and dedicated conditioner and maybe even a hair mask. Then this will ensure the longevity of the keratin. And I just want to go ahead and before I go ahead and end this video, just want to thank you guys for watching, for sticking with me. If there is any questions or anything you want to know, please feel free to drop me a line at info@cmarie.style, or you could head over to my Instagram and you could find me on cmarie.style. Thank you guys. I love you so much. I'll be back soon, and hopefully next time I'll have something a little bit more wild for you guys. Love you.